Hi everybody, this is Simon from TheTriathlonCoach.com. It's a lovely sunny day here, it's a bank holiday, and surprisingly it's not raining. Anyway, it's early May, and if you haven't already, you're probably likely to start with your open water swimming very soon. And so there was a few things I wanted to go over before you do that. So some of the technical stuff first. I've just got it written down here. The first thing I would ask you is, why are you going open water swimming? I hope that you're going to say it's to develop your open water skills. Those are different from being in the pool. Certainly things like navigation, swimming without a black line to follow, so certainly having to look up and breathe and at the same time as looking where you're going, so every 5 to 6 strokes. Something a lot of people forget and can result in them swimming, say, an extra 100 metres over a 1500 metre course. So really important that you get those skills. Learning to swim in your wetsuit, that's much different from swimming without a wetsuit in terms of buoyancy and open water, and particularly if you're going to swim in the sea, important you get used to that. Proximity to other people, really important that you get used to having people tapping your toes, having people bash you on the head, people knocking your arm as you're halfway through your swimming stroke, and learning to adjust to that, and probably getting used to the fact that they're not really trying to drown you or trying to put you off, they're just trying to swim as well, and physical contact is inevitable, so no need to lose energy getting aggressive about it and trying to respond, just keep swimming. The final thing that you probably haven't considered, but which is really important, is cold water acclimatization, or acclimation as I've put there, a terrible Americanism, but getting used to being in cold water. Now, where we are in Leeds, I would say that the open water probably isn't warm enough for us to swim in just yet. And if you look down here, I've written some temperatures for safe swimming. This is what British Triathlon recommend for their races. So, if it's 13 degrees C, you can swim up to 2k. A race up to 2k. At 12C, no more than 1000 metres, and at 11C, no more than 500 metres. So probably not a good idea to be getting in and trying to swim for an hour non-stop on your first race. One of the things I put down here at the bottom is acclimatise yourself slowly to this, like the proper non-wetsuit open water swimmers do. Go in first time for 10 minutes, the next time for 15 and 20, and build it up slowly over a period of weeks. What I would say is, unless you've got any races coming up in a week or two where it's really important that you get used to swimming in cold water, personally I'd be leaving it for a little bit. You're not going to get much swimming in there, and if you end up really cold, that can, if you're not used to swimming in open water, put you off. It's not a particularly pleasant experience, and I've found personally that when I get really cold it takes me a lot longer to recover. I feel fatigued, and that affects my other sessions. And one of my goals as an athlete and a coach is to make sure that no session is so hard or so bad that it compromises your ability to do other stuff. So think carefully about that. Also, when you're going swimming, consider things like this. The wind temperature and the wind chill when you get out of the water, and also your goals. So are you just going for endurance? Are you going there to focus on some of these things we talked about up here? Also some other stuff that you might not have considered for open water. Hopefully the venue that you swim at will have checked the quality of the water and have the results there for you to see, so that you know that it's safe. However, that doesn't mean that it's particularly clean. It's certainly not going to be like water that comes out of your tap. So if you've got any cuts and abrasions, make sure, no matter how small they are, that you cover these up with a plaster. Make sure you wash your hands after swimming. So really important, particularly if you're going to eat straight afterwards and hold stuff with your hands, like eating a sandwich or a biscuit. Make sure you've washed those hands. Shower at the earliest opportunity, just to get any sort of infect bacteria off your skin as quickly as possible. And it sounds obvious this, but try to avoid swallowing too much water. And if you do feel like you've swallowed a lot of water, one thing I've always used is a can of Coke. If you ever seen what it does to clean up a 2p piece, imagine what it does to anything that's inside your stomach. So that's maybe your backup plan. Alright, now, so down here, the last thing I wanted to chat about was kit. It seems obvious, but here's a few things. Obviously, you're going to need a wetsuit. Okay, if you've not worn it for a few months, you might want to check it. You notice that this little wetsuit that I've got here has a little nick there. It's not gone all the way through, but the thing is that wetsuit rubber is so soft it's easy to get a fingernail in there while you're pulling it up and tear it. So really that just wants to be stuck back down with some special wetsuit glue. You'll also see that here in that stretchy bit there's a little hole, so inside there I need to just get a puncture repair patch and stick that together, and then stop that. That actually allows the skin to come through and can create a blister, so that's quite painful. You'd want to check around the collar here, make sure that where the zip is, that the integrity of the stitching around here is good. Make sure that the zip works. What I mean by the stitching is all of this area around here, that none of it's coming apart. Okay, and then it is a myth that wetsuits shrink during the winter. Like I know a lot of people say that's probably because they put on some weight, but check it and put it on before you start swimming. Okay, the last thing you want to do is get down to the lake or the river or wherever you go and find out that it doesn't fit, so try it on first. Okay, some other stuff. If it's cold, I recommend wearing 2 caps or wearing something like this. This one's a couple of millimeters thick. It's heavier duty, okay, give you a bit more warmth for your head. Alternatively, wear a thin cap, but take one of these neoprene ones. This will just fit, so that goes under there like that, covers the ears. Much warmer. Okay, you could try wearing a pair of these gloves. They are more like hand paddles. You'd certainly not be allowed to use these in a race, but for just a little bit of extra warmth in those first few weeks, you could try those. You can also try these little booties. They're actually very thin. They provide a bit of protection for your feet if you're walking on rough ground as you get out, but they can also provide a bit of warmth. But again, you wouldn't be able to wear these in a race. Don't forget your goggles. Don't forget your goggles. These are tinted to provide a little bit of protection from the sun. Right? There's all sorts of different lenses, and we will be doing a full-length feature on goggles and the different types to select in the next few weeks. If you do get allergic or affected by the water and the pollen, then I always wear a nose clip. It just keeps the water out of there, stops you getting bunged up. And if you really are affected by the pollen, then these are the allergy relief. So basically antihistamines that I take one of these, it just stops me getting bunged up. Okay, so that's it. Open water swimming. My main mantra for this is stay healthy and have fun. So it should be a nice experience. Don't let it be a bad one. Be sensible when you're going swimming, and enjoy it, and enjoy the rest of your season. Speak to you soon.